Why is everyone suddenly obsessing over Manon's hiatus? Do you know what the funniest thing about this week is? 3 days ago, I had to explain who Katseye was to my friend. She thought it was a beauty brand. Today, she texted me, "Wait, is the girl okay?" Something shifted this week. What I want to talk about is, why in the last 72 hours has Manon Bannerman's name crossed the lips of people who cannot name a single Katseye song? Why is Rolling Stone covering this? Why is Slate writing think pieces? Why is O'Shea Jackson Jr., Ice Cube's son, a man whose entire brand is being unbothered, tweeting that his heart hurts? Why is everyone suddenly here? And more importantly, why are some of us exhausted by it? Let's start with the celebrity support wave, because it is now fully a wave, and I need everyone to clock what's happening. Normani followed Manon on Instagram. Leon Pinnock, who literally made a documentary about being the black girl in a girl group, tweeted, "We need to protect each other." Melody Thornton from the Pussycat Dolls, who has been relatively quiet for years, publicly posted about her. S.C.A. went to Manon's Instagram and left a comment. S.C.A. a Grammy winner. In the comments of a K-pop adjacent artist. Now, I am not cynical enough to say none of this is genuine. I think it is. I think these women recognized a pattern that they lived through, and they wanted Manon to know she wasn't invisible. But I also need to ask the uncomfortable question, where was this energy 6 months ago? Where was this when Manon was getting racist comments that the fandom was reporting for free, with no label stepping in? Why does it take a corporate announcement for the solidarity to materialize? The answer is, because the story got legible to outsiders. A vague Instagram like is not a headline. A Weber statement is. And the moment there was an official document to point to, suddenly everyone could locate their outrage. That's not a criticism of Normani. That's a criticism of how we decide which situations deserve attention. And here's what's making icons exhausted right now, and I say this with full love. You've been watching this situation develop for months. The glossier billboard she wasn't on. The Hype group shoot she wasn't in. The pattern that was visible to anyone who was paying attention. And the fandom was paying attention. You were documenting it. You were tweeting it. You were making videos. And the response was, "You're being dramatic. It's just a billboard." Now Rolling Stone publishes one article and suddenly it's a legitimate conversation. That's demoralizing. And I think what you're feeling right now, that specific flavor of tired, isn't about Manon. It's about being told for months that you were overreacting, and then watching the world catch up and act like they discovered the fire that you were already standing in. But, and I mean this, the mainstream attention matters. Because it creates pressure. And right now, with Coachella in April and 2 Grammy nominations still fresh, HYB and Geffen actually have something to lose. Now, the alleged internal document. Screenshots of what claims to be an internal HYB Geffen file have been circulating, apparently outlining a, quote, termination review and a transition into a 5-member unit. Neither company has confirmed or denied it. I am not going to tell you it's real. I am also not going to tell you it's fake. What I will say is this. The fact that neither company has said a single word about it is a choice. That's a PR decision. And in 2026, silence on something this specific, this documented, this viral, is not neutrality. It is a strategy. And the strategy seems to be, wait it out and hope the discourse moves on. The problem? The discourse is not moving on. Because Coachella is April. Because this group just performed at the Grammys. Because there's no graceful way to show up to the biggest festival in America as 5 members, 2 months after this, without every single camera looking for the gap where Manon used to stand. Can I be honest with you for a second? Some of you are exhausted not because of the label or the dad or any of that. You're exhausted because you've been here before. You watched it happen to Normani. You watched it happen to Leanne. You made the same arguments. You had the same conversations. The same, she's the only black member discourse. The same is the label setting her up to fail thread. The same celebrity solidarity wave. And then, those groups moved on. Or disbanded. And a new group formed. And a new black member joined. And the cycle started again. That's what Simply Simone said in her viral TikTok, and she was right. This has become a trope. And the tragedy of a trope is that everyone can see it coming except the people with the power to stop it. So yeah, you're tired. That makes sense. You're not tired of Manon. You're tired of the structure that keeps producing this outcome and calling it a coincidence. Back to the original question. Why is everyone suddenly here? Because this stopped being a K-pop story. The moment Normani's name entered the conversation, the moment Leon tweeted, the moment this got framed as another black girl, another girl group, another hiatus, it became a pop culture story. A race conversation. A music industry accountability moment. And those stories have a wider audience than Katseye fanbase. Now some of those new people are going to be annoying. They're going to simplify things, get details wrong, and treat this like their introduction to K-pop toxicity when really it's a much more specific and complex situation. That's going to irritate you, and that irritation is valid. But do not let it make you defensive. Do not let the frustration of outsiders getting it slightly wrong push you into defending a label that has not defended Manon. Hold both things. The newcomers are clumsy, and they're not wrong that something needs to be said. Katseye is supposed to headline Coachella in April. Manon's return date is unconfirmed. The label hasn't addressed the leaked document. Daniela's dad has deleted his comments. And the fandom is sitting in that specific purgatory of not knowing whether to be hopeful or heartbroken. I don't have a tidy ending for you. I don't think there is one yet. What I will say is this. The reason everyone is suddenly obsessing over Manon's hiatus is because the story finally got too big to contain. And sometimes that's the only way anything changes. This is Opinions You'll Hate. You're welcome.